Welcome back, you guys. Yay! Challenge number 2, celestial languages. Oh my God, you guys. When I wrote the book, Your Persona, the Mask You Wear, I was told that I couldn't call it a language, celestial languages. A language was English, French, German, so on. I have a feeling you guys are going to understand by the end of these 5 days why I call them celestial languages. So we're just going to jump right in and get going and see what you guys think. Have fun. We're going to go to screen save, just a sec. Here we go. Super. Okay. So again, another 5-day challenge. Here we go. Personality channels. It's all about you. What will you be learning? Day 1. Today, what you guys are going to be doing is learning all about your personality channels and what channels are. So for some of you guys, this is a little old news, but it's okay because I'm doing it in a whole new format, and I'm taking it a little more simpler for many of you guys, so it's going to be more explained, and I think it's going to make a lot more sense to more of you. Okay. Day 2. I'm going to explain all the other testing methods. Now, testing methods, because lots of you guys have taken personality tests and known about personality traits and all that. This is a little different. I don't know any other personality test that can tell you how to communicate with spirit, God, creator, universe, whatever you guys call it. So this is going to be fun. Again, this is part of your guys' journey for manifesting your dreams into reality. I talked about how you have to ask God. Well, God answers too. So here we go. Day 3, Plano! I'm going to leave that one for that day just so that you guys can smile. Okay, day 4, how we communicate. So this might be the most important part to creating your dreams into reality. Day 4, yeah, day 4 gets pretty cool. And day 5, how to make all the other channels more acute. So we're going to get right in. So as most of you guys know, I've been teaching since 1999. And I now do seminars and live events and retreats and that too. So I now share information around the world. And you guys are more than welcome to join me. Or maybe if you tell me where you live and where you'd like me to come, it might be something I can work into my future. Okay. So your persona, so your own personality, you communicate to the rest of the world using your traits, your way of communicating. But each of us really is communicating through speaking and listening, right? So what we say out loud to somebody else, but also then what they're saying back to us. So that's communication. Now, if we were in a classroom, communicating is then how the teacher is speaking and teaching the lessons and how the students are learning, right? We all know that one. We all went to school. In business, so any of you guys that are entrepreneurs or you work for somebody else, then you have to communicate to staff, to the customers, patients, clients. You're communicating all the time, and they're communicating back to you. So communication is a two-way street, right? So if we're communicating out loud, so we're talking, my job is not just to talk, it's actually for you guys to understand what I'm saying also. Many customers communicate. They're communicating their needs, their wishes, their wants, and their desires. And their goal is for you to grant that. So again, it's a two-way. In your personal life, you're communicating with loved ones and friends, acquaintances. And again, it's a two-way street. When you're communicating, you talk, they listen. And then they talk and you listen. If you are truly communicating, it's always back and forth, back and forth. If all you're doing is talking and you don't give the other person a chance to even say anything, you're not communicating, you're babbling. And the other person's energy gets either sucked away and they don't want to be around you because all you do is talk. So if you want loving, nurturing friendships and relationships, and it doesn't matter if this was business or clients, your job also is to listen. Now, most people can make noise with their mouth, and even a newborn baby can. If you guys have ever had your own children, or you've been around children, or you've been in the superstore, you know that babies can make noise. So if you have a 1-year-old and you ask the 1-year-old to go get your cell phone, the TV remote, maybe their shoes, most of those children will go do what you ask. It's a little picture of DeJounte, obviously a little while ago. And of course, his daddy loves basketball. Now, again, if you guys are communicating with the baby, you are speaking, the baby is bringing back something, okay? But are you communicating? Not really. Unless you can understand everything the baby is saying back to you, then you're communicating. So really at first, it's a lot of a one-way street. There's not a lot of communication. The baby's talking, you're trying to answer the best way that you know how, and you're learning some of their cues. So when you speak out loud, and even if you're speaking the same language, it may sound like garble to other people. Because sometimes it's the person's accent. They don't always sound right to us, so we don't always catch all the words. Maybe they're using slang words that are very different. But maybe it's even different than that. Have you ever heard of tongues? Speaking in tongues. Yeah, I'm sure a few of you have. Well, I'm here to tell you that it isn't the way that you guys think. And celestial language is actually speaking in tongues. So this is one of the gifts that you guys are born with. Not everybody, but I'm going to hear and say it's learnable. You guys can learn all this stuff. Now, why is this important? So some of you guys are going, okay, this isn't quite like her first one, Art of Manifestation. You guys, this is almost more important than the first one, Art of Manifestation. Art of Manifestation is just the tip of the iceberg, asking, but you're not communicating. If you honestly want to witness miracles in life, witness healings and prophesying and distinguishing spirits and all that other stuff, this one here is super important. This is the one that is going to take you guys from the norm and supercharge you. So we all start out in life talking in tongues. All babies communicate. Even a mute baby can make some noises. I'm sure there's some babies that are born with no no vocal cords. But you know what? There's clapping, there's hitting, there's banging. There is all kinds of ways to communicate. And tongues is just that, communication. Now the real question is, when somebody is speaking in tongues, can you interpret what is being said? Interpretation is always understanding. So if a message comes from spirit, can you understand? If a human is speaking in tongues, can you understand? Even in the Bible, it says to have an interpreter present if you're speaking in tongues, or actually say nothing out loud. There's an easy way to communicate with your customers, your clients, patients, students, friends, loved ones, and even the afterlife. I call it celestial languages. We'll see what you guys decide. There are 4 communicating channels or celestial languages. Now, in your persona, when I wrote the book, Your Persona, the Mask You Wear, I had hired editors to help me make sure that the book made sense. And with this, we decided it had to be called channels. So some of you guys who have already taken some of this info from me already know that. So we have 4 different channels. We have audio channel, visual channel, feeler channel, and knower channel. So these are the 4 channels, and I want you to imagine in a way they're like 4 different radio stations, 4 different frequencies of energy, 4 different ways to sense the messages that are coming. And that can be messages human to human and human to the spirit world, or spirit world back. Okay, so again, the 4 different ones. So how do you guys communicate? And that's part of what you guys are going to be learning in these 5 days. If you know your main channel, that's all that matters. Because we need to know also what the person or the soul you're speaking to, what their channel is, what their celestial language is. Shift happens, create magic. You guys are going to go to day 1 and now do the challenge. Pop it into the Facebook feed that you'll see for day 1 for your persona challenge. And we're really going to dive into this. But you guys, it isn't like anything I've offered yet before. This one now has the spiritual twist to it. Enjoy. See you guys in day 2. Oh, by the way, I'm doing all of these at once because they're kind of a sequence, and I don't want to lose the effect of how I'm saying it and what's all coming. So you're going to see me look just like this through all of them. Talk to you guys later.